Monday already. These days and weeks just fly by. For the first time in a long time, we have got the, I call it Spitfire then, we have got the Radam in the garage. And the last time I raced it was the English at Eastbourne, and I didn't feel it had the legs that our other car has. And then it was rented out, I think, a couple of times after, and I think Lee mentioned it as well. It seemed like it didn't have the legs. But we did have a problem with the servo as well, so the servo needs changing. So that could be the problem. But I think coming with a British coming up, it's just not worth risking having an engine that's slower than everyone else's. I think when we after the English, we compression tested it, and they were all up high, or high enough that we was happy with. But I think we're just going to compression test it one more time before I take it out, just to see. And then when we take it out, we can check if the pistons are loose or tight as well, because that might be another factor. So I've got the head at the minute over with Harry at HMC. He's getting it skimmed for us of the other engine that we took out last week. So today, just compression test it quick, and then as soon as we got them, I'm going to whip that engine straight out.
So this is battery, the diaphragm. Yes, but it sucks on it. But
this may have just saved us a load of time. Compressions are good. Engine doesn't feel tight. The servo, when Lee was out last, was playing up. So we're going to change the servo. We're also going to change the ignition pack. We're also going to change the ignition pack as well. We're also going to change the ignition pack as well. We're also going to change the ignition system as well. The one that we normally run on the Radam, I'm going to put on here, and we'll take this one as a spare because the Wadham's still got problems with the somewhat misfire at the end of the straight towards the end of the race. So that it could be the ignition system. So we're going to put the Radam ones on here and then take them both. So we've got a spare just in case that's going to take the problem from the Radam onto the Radam. So hopefully that saved us a lot of work. If the engine, there will be quite a few people at practice. I haven't booked in yet, but I know with the 2 days before the British at Aldershot, there's going to be a few 1300 drivers there. So we'll be able to test what we've got engine wise, and obviously we're going to do the usual trying to get the setup right as well on the Friday. But at least we'll be able to see where we're at with the engine. And if it's still no good and it's got no guts, then we are going to prepare the other engine still, because we get the head back Wednesday, so that still give us time to get that ready. And if it's no good, then we'll do the engine swap Friday night or sometime during the day Saturday. So fingers crossed that it all goes well and we haven't got to change the engine, but you never know. So I'm just going to quickly rummage through and try find the servo now and whack that on and swap the cannons over. That was easy.
Oh yeah. We made it so it'd be easy.
Right, that was more of a pain in the arse than I expected. But it's because when we built this car, we obviously built that plate down there that goes onto the brake servo. And then to keep the throttle cable straight and not kinked, we've then put this extra bracket in here. And it's just catching on that. But that makes the throttle nice and smooth, so I didn't want to annoy that. So yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the arse, but we got there in the end. It'd be easier without this pedal in as well. Is that going to mess us up if we take that out? Is that going to...
No.
Right, I think... Just before we get too stressed, eliminate a couple of... Right, you guys didn't see that because the camera cut off for some reason. But I did get that servo back on, or me and Dad, a joint effort, got that servo back on. Just connect up all the bits that I've took off now. And then I've just got to put the master cylinder back on the front of it. And hopefully, that's the brake servo changed. Hopefully problem's gone, but you never know, it might be something else yet. Dad's just putting the plugs back in now after the compression test. We'll probably put the transponder in today as well, because it's a nice easy job to tick off. It's 8:30 at the minute. It's not bad. A bit happier now that we're not going to change the engine at the minute. So.
Yay! It's the small victories.
It is. It is the small victories. Right, we need to come up with a list. Ticked off a load of jobs today. You want to get on the board, Dad?
Get on the board.
We need to write a list.
Yep.
No, there you go. Servo.
Servo's done. Servo pipe, if we feel like it.
We haven't done that, have we?
No.
Well, we need to do that.
Gearbox studs.
Do we need to have a look at them? They're on there for a reason. I'll have a look at them in a minute.
What's gearbox studs?
That's going to be the... Oh, was that somebody on about putting studs in the cluster?
Oh yeah, we tried that, didn't we?
Yeah, it doesn't really work. Just to alliterate on that, people were saying, because obviously we was having trouble with the sealant, wasn't it? It was to do with the sealant.
So it's blowing the...
It was pushing sealant into the holes and then messing the threads up. So we did try a couple of studs in there to stop, obviously, the sealant sticking in there. But where the cars are built, it's not like a saloon where the engines are the other way and you can just slide it straight on. I don't know if that's the case, but I think so. But ours, we've obviously got our chassis rails coming out, so you need to sort of pivot it and angle it in. There's not a million amounts of room. And to
get the shafts to mesh with the clutch and the diff, you need to twist the gearbox, like say, move it side to side.
You need a bit of movement in there.
If you've got the studs there's no movement. You can't.
Yeah. So it becomes a bit of a pain in the arse. So we scrapped that idea.
So you need to be able to wiggle it in, don't you?
Scrap that idea and just use gaskets now. I did put a link in a few episodes ago, quite a few episodes ago now, for 10 gaskets. I can't even find them myself now. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, we're just writing a list for the Adam now. Servo pipe, rear wheel guard. These are just things I could see right now. It needs the every meeting check, the after 2 meeting check, because it's been sat outside rusting since May, I think. So just put check, and then we'll go through them checks, and then we've rubbed that off once we've done all of them checks.
Checklist.
Because the exhaust bolts were loose as well, where the exhaust goes up to the exhaust manifold, which I've just tightened up, so we definitely need to do them checks. Checklist above. Paint roof. Whoop 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 whoop. Go right. Oh, I haven't got that trophy in the Tebbz Weekly yet. Back in a minute. That right there is a year's worth of effort, a year's worth of money, a year's worth of commitment, a year's worth of time out in the garage, all for that. But that is a big trophy, and that got awarded to us. That got awarded to us at the Mildenhall meeting, and I went round on the pace car for it. So cheers to Speedworth for that. But as you say, that is the blood, sweat and tears of racing. Did we miss a meeting? One maybe. We did, because I had the wedding, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, that got cancelled.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we missed a meeting.
I don't think we missed a points meeting.
If we did, it was one. But I don't think we did. And that trophy there shows it. So.
We even done Yarmouth.
And we ain't Yarmouth. No, we've done. But to be fair, that's going up to Scotland. It's going to Ireland. It's going to King's Lynn. Actually, no, King's Lynn's a new points meeting. But you've... Yeah, I don't think the King's Lynn count. None of them counted. But we've done that a couple of times. But yeah, to get an extra 4 meetings in to fight for them points, you need to do Ireland and Scotland, which are big commitments. So this is probably... We've put the most time in this year than any other year, haven't we?
Definitely.
The most time, the most dedication,
yeah,
the most amount of money, and it paid off. But yeah, we got it. And it feels nice. Right, where are we up to?
Sign writing on the roof? Or
yeah, order stickers. Order stickers right on there. I'll get them ordered. And we want that orange this time. Is that going to look alright on the red route, on the red cross?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get orange, the same as the name there. So on the Corsa, we've got blue colour font there, and we've gone for blue writing on the roof. So I think we're just going to go for orange this time.
It's really
You have to sand it down. Is this mine?
Yeah. I put an F for Dad on mine.
Can you think of any other jobs, Papa? Any other jobs? Any other jobs?
Well, where was this?
Gear cables.
Oh yeah.
This was at Aldershot last, I believe.
Yeah, so it's got the gearing in, it's got the setup.
We're gonna have to. We're taking the cluster off. We're taking the gear selector off anyway, aren't we? To change it.
Oh yeah, it's off. Oh no, not off this. It's off the other one.
Yeah, we're taking the gear selector off this anyway because we're going to change it for the cable one. So when that's off, I can have a look inside the gearbox to double check that this was last raced at Aldershot. I'm sure it was.
It was.
He says it was. We also said that in last week's episode that the Radam was last raced in Ireland, but it wasn't. It was last raced at Aldershot. If anyone picked up on that. Right, run you through it. Radam, servo pipe, rear wheel guard, checklist above. All of them. Paint roof, stickers ordered for the roof. I got to order them, and gear selector, gear stick, changing the normal push rod gear stick. Yeah, 4 cable ones, and I think that's it. 9 o'clock. Just going to give the garage a little tidy up. Just quickly show you what happens because we get flat surface syndrome. Right, quick tidy up, and that'll do us. There's something about walking into this garage with this Radam in here, the red and black Adam. I don't know if it's because for so long we've had the white Adam in here and not the red one, but obviously red is our colours really, mine and Dad's. He's had red since about his second or third stop rod. He went red, and we've just carried that on ever since. And or maybe the fact that this car just looks so fresh compared to what we've been racing recently. Obviously the Corsa, but I mean Adam wise. Yeah, I walk in the garage and it's a nice sight. Today is Wednesday and it is absolutely lashing it down. Moan about the sun, moan about the rain. In a couple of weeks' time we've been moaning about how cold it is. What can you do? This is definitely the most noisiest job I think you could ever do in a garage. Is that noisy enough?
No,
Nah, you got...
it's only 6:30.
Yeah, it's alright.
Hour and a half of this and we'll be done.
It's a good thing it's raining, everyone's windows are shut. Ooh. Right, now we stop making noise. First job on my list is cut this wheel guard off on the driver's side because it's bent in and all the welds are snapped on it. Put a new one on there, and then I've got to tackle this little 30 by 30 angle on the back bumper. I'm probably going to cut off what's there, and if I can't work with what's there because the bumper's quite tight, then I'll probably just put a new one in here. Welder's ready, cutter's ready. There's the wheel guard and that little 30 by 30 done. As always though, as I was doing that, I noticed the down bar has snapped off. It's not snapped off clean at the top yet, but if I was to cut that off now and put a new one on, it's going to look like that because the bottom bumper is pushed in more than the top. So I'm thinking just to play over it from this bar going across the bumper to the down bar, just put a 40 by 40 strip down there. Say I'll put a new bar in and it's just going to look so crooked. Yeah, I'll opt for the plate, I think. Right, while I was busy doing all the metalwork side, we had Dad taking off the original gear selector that comes on these gearboxes, ready to put our cable gear selector on.
How you doing over there?
I'm not looking at Tebbz.
Cracking on.
I'm not looking at Tebbz weekly.
Oh look, you put out there.
What's that doing there?
Just in case anybody missed it. Anyhow, what we're doing, we're putting this gear stick, cable gear selector into the Radam. So we've got to unbolt this one and drop it out from underneath. I've stripped this lot off the gearbox already. The old selector. So I've got bracket to mount here, and then need to cut a hole in the bulkhead for the cables to come through, and different selector to go on. So these come in 3 parts. The selector for the gearbox, the bracket for the cables to terminate into, and the gear stick itself. You ready to cut this hole?
2 minutes or more.
Alright, I'll start mounting this bracket.
Yeah.
So the base of the new selector is a lot thicker than the original. So there's the original bolt. It's about 10mm sticking through, but the base on the new one is thicker. So We got messages after one of our episodes saying that the bolts in the that hold the clutch are the same thread, but they're slightly longer. So they're probably about 3 or 4 mil longer, which is all we need. Yeah, that one's ripped out because they didn't go in far enough. So the difference, see, there's the one off of the clutch compared to the original ones that come out of the original selector. So 4 of them are going in. So that's as far as we're going tonight on the gear selector. I've fitted the new selector part to the gearbox and the bracket that holds the end of the cables. So tomorrow we're just going to drop out the old gear lever and fit the new one and feed the cables through, connect them up, job done. So tomorrow job. Paint the red. I just follow the squiggle, so you got it there with silver. The white's all here, and I'll just paint the red in.
Hopefully them lights come. They better bloody come. Then go on this one then. Not that you can see them at all the shop, but right, that is Wednesday. That's think of the day then. Tebbz Weekly is out and it's doing well. Thank you everyone for watching it and liking it, and a load of people that have shared it. 1 o'clock. Got quite a bit done. Metalwork done. Made a start on the gear cables. I've just got, we've got to get that head out of the car. You just learned that. We'll quickly open that back up. Just need to get the head out of the car. I've got a couple of tyres in there as well, jacks, that we're going to buff down. Ready for practice Friday. So we're going to crack these tyres. I know a lot of people are in front of us on these tyres at the minute, but we will get there. We'll catch you. Don't worry about that. Right, that's it. Going home. Yeah.
Let's go to toilet.
Thursday. It's 7:10. This is very late. But and there's them charity people outside and they just had to glance in, so I was a bit distracted then. I got done by them not long ago. Had me chatting for 20 minutes. Oh. They're not coming in, luckily. Right, today, 2 things we need to get done, we have to get done, and we will get done. And because we've already started on this gear selector, oh no, they're coming in.
Hi mate.
Yeah, mate.
How are we doing today?
I'm good, mate.
Good, good. What are we building?
Stock cars.
You are?
Stock cars.
Stock cars?
Yeah.
Or for like racing?
Yeah, yeah.
Really? Where'd you guys race?
All up and down the country, mate.
Yeah?
England, Scotland, Ireland.
You want anything big? Any big comps?
English champion at the minute.
You're the English champion?
Yeah.
Damn.
National points champion.
National points champion?
Yeah, man.
I don't know a thing about
No, I can tell.
You can tell. So I'd recognise you if I knew something about...
Yeah, no, it's not that big.
It's not that big?
It's big to us, but not that big.
I mean, still, congratulations.
Cheers, bro.
Is this your home?
No, it's not. No.
You're just a guest?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I also speak to the homeowner as well?
You can give it a go, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know anything about the National Deaf Children's Society?
No, mate.
No?
Nah. Speak to them, they'll sort you out.
Thank you.
No worries. 2 things that we need to get done, and that is get them gear cables in, because we've already made a start on it. So I've got the plasma out now. And then also load it up. Tomorrow, we are at Aldershot for practice. I'm going to work and then finishing slightly earlier, so I'm going to end up taking Jack's trailer down there, because he's a bit at the farm where I finish work at the yard, and Dad's going to take this down. He's got the day off work, so he's going to take this down to Aldershot, and I'm going to meet him there. Practice starts at 3 o'clock. See you later, mate. Take care.
Good luck in the next race.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, so we're going to practice tomorrow, so obviously I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so Dad, we need this cart loaded tonight with all the bits ready to go. Also, Jack's given me 2 tyres that I need to buff as well, so I'll get them done tonight. They have to be done tonight.
Actually, Dad might be able to do them tomorrow because he's off work. I'll see if I can convince him to do them tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm going to make a start. I've got the plasma cutter out. I've got to cut a hole in this tunnel first off, and then we'll go from there. Aha! Before I forget. Look what's turned up. Hang on. Right. Boom. The old flashing lights. They'll either go, probably won't go there because of the lip. Up there maybe. I don't know. I bought 4 of them for 2 different cars. 2 for 2 different cars. Unfortunately, we won't be able to fit them tonight because we haven't got time. But I will make sure Dad fits them ready for Sunday. Not that you'll be able to see them anyway. But we got Dad there ready with the fire extinguisher.
Just used it once.
Yeah. Right, is that looking up to you from out there? It looks big enough from in here.
Well, I can see.
Oh. Yeah, it looks big enough in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh. That's awkward.
Yeah. With a plasma. And he caught the light 3 times.
Yeah, it's not one man job either. You need a man sat there with a fire extinguisher, especially with the fuel line being there. These are just 4 bolts underneath, innit? Them 4 there. One of them's got.
Oh, yeah,
one of them's missing, and the one of them's got a bolt nut on the top.
Let's take the nut.
Oh, I need 30 mils in there then.
13.
13. This gear stick comes off, doesn't it? Or does it not? I don't.
Does it? That was the Mark 1 version.
Because the other one just bolts on top, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, they've got a couple of. You drill through. And
Yeah, but I'm just saying that we ain't got to go underneath the other one.
Exactly. Got some bolts.
What's my problem then? Oh! I'm not going to lie, of course I do. That's better. Mental, isn't it?
How good is that? Should have recorded that.
See, if we had a cameraman here, Ollie, you would have recorded that.
Me and Dad are just relating to the fact that he had to sharpen both the drill bits, and then as soon as he sharpened them, they were absolutely spot on. And we don't have someone there to film it, so some of the bits that I think are quite important, that could be good content that people are going to learn from, that we miss out on, but that's just part of the way it's me and Dad are set up here with just 2 of us. Once we'd put the gear stick in place, we then marked it, and then I drilled the holes out, and then we put a tap through it as well to make it threaded, so therefore we haven't got to put any extra plates or anything, and we can put the gear stick exactly where it needs to be. Now the back 2 bolts are bolted down, I'm now just putting the drill bit straight through the 2 holes at the front of the gear stick, and then I'll just whack a nut and bolt through them. So the reason we're pushing the car out now, the new gear selector we've just put in is slightly taller, so the water pipe that's going from the radiator to the engine is actually rubbing against the gear selector. So we're going to cut a bit off of the pipe, shorten it down, that should straighten it up and pull it away from the gear selector.
Got a lever.
Or a lever.
You get a lever on it?
Yeah. Because these ASD rads are so strong, you see. You can lever anything against these ASD rads.
You port power it off.
Yeah, you could even put port power there, push that off, and these rads would be top notch.
Who
Link-
makes them?
ASD.
Oh.
If anyone needs any alloy products made, link in the description to your main man, ASD. It's
The front of it's cracked.
What are you doing here, Papa?
Second fixing the ends of these cables. Because they pop out. The end pops off there,
Yeah.
and the outer part of the cable
You know
comes
what
out.
else pops out?
What?
That.
What?
That pops out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, which is why that one's going round,
Yeah. And then you're going to hang off that.
and this one's going on there. think that'll do. Hopefully you can still move it. I haven't ruined any tyres.
I've ruined more than you, I think.
Destroyed them.
We're getting there with the tyre buffer.
Yeah.
I haven't had another go yet since I was on holiday and Dad done the tyre buffing while I was away. He got the hang of it, so I won't be able to do them this time. But the next time we have a go at some, I'll get my head around it and I'll get them sussed.
Yeah. Got better men, haven't we?
There's a little knack to them, a little knack. Right, just making a list for Dad to do tomorrow. Not a long list. I'm not leaving him with loads of jobs to do while I'm working.
Load up. Print the list off.
Yep. That is the new gear cables in. As we say, we change it to gear cables to stop it coming out. Obviously, the weight of the rod, when you hit someone, it just wants to fire it forward. So therefore, we put a bungee on it. But a bungee, if you get spun out and you need to put it in reverse or something like that, anything like that, it's just an absolute nuisance because you have to have them really tight. So we opted for gear cables, taking them out of the Radam, put them in the Radam, and that is done. This car's still not fully finished yet because we've still got that big checklist to do, but we've run out of time, so we're going to do that Saturday. I'm going to do that Saturday. Dad's also got to paint the roof, and we've also got to put the other engine back together. So we're going to be busy Saturday. Go practice Friday.
Unless this engine's banging.
Go practice Friday. Don't jinx it, Papa. We'll go practice Friday. Hopefully we do alright. Bed some tyres in. Hopefully the engine's alright.
Oh, new engine. Oh, that's
We're not going to do that Friday. Don't do that. Well, I wouldn't say no, but don't rush yourself, Papa.
Load up.
And that'll do us for Thursday. See you tomorrow.
Maybe have a clear up again.
Friday. We finished work early. We're going, not going racing, we're going practicing. Cheers! And I just want to show you a quick update on how the yard's getting on, the workshop in the yard. I can't remember what episode it was, but it was a little while ago when it was raining and really windy. And we said that we need to build a workshop in this yard, but it started. So whenever any of the lads get a chance, whenever any of the lads finish early, then they will hopefully keep cracking on and we get this built. It's not a quick process, it's just going to be a bit of a hospital job, but hopefully it get done before it's completely dark when we get back and cold and whatnot. We're just waiting for Jeff to get back with a pickup truck now, and then we'll be shooting straight off to Aldershot. And some of you might remember Connor, especially from the live stream. He's going to have a go. He's going to have a go for the first time in a 1300.
You need a bigger helmet.
Oh no.
Look at the cheeks.
So end it straight and turn left, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Hopefully he ain't too much longer and we can get going. This is the first time I've been practice since that Ipswich practice night that we put on. It's probably one of the first few videos. Jack went practicing just before World Final in that Civic, but it's the first time I've gone in a long time. Trying to do that a little bit more just because it's the championship British, and I know we've got a good chance of winning it. Well, both of us got a good chance of winning it, really. Both go well around there. So today's just about trying to find that little bit extra that we might not have if we just go there. I don't know if they've got practice on Sunday. Have you had a look?
I don't think it's up yet, is it?
Yeah, it will be.
I'll have a look in a minute.
Have a look. But I don't know, we normally get practice there. But as you say, apparently there's 4 1300s turning up. I thought there'd be a few more today. But luckily, Jeff at work let us finish early so we can come down and still get paid for it. So. Big up LGZ, Zad.
Don't tell the other lads.
Yeah, don't tell the others, because they're starting to get a bit salty. But hopefully it goes alright. Hopefully the engine's alright. Your engine's alright?
Yeah, I think so.
When did you last race that?
All the shot last time, yeah. With you.
Oh, geez.
Pushing you round, went on.
He weren't quick enough. He was trying. He weren't quick enough.
You can see I was trying in the video.
every corner he just kept clipping the wall. And I just had that enough there. I had enough on you just not to get that last bend lunge. And you hit the tyre and nearly rolled it. Anyway, hopefully it goes alright. So me and Jack had about an hour and a half out there. PC was out there as well, getting some practice in. The track was really slippery, to be fair. It just kept raining and then stopping, then raining and stopping. So it didn't really have too much of a dry line towards the end of the sessions. Bedded in a few tyres, tried sorting out a few problems with the carb we was having, and also we didn't have a brake servo connected as we just changed it and we didn't make another pipe for it. So I had rock solid brakes trying to get around there as well. The best thing about this whole practice session was watching Connor have a go out there in my car against Jack in his car. Watching someone who's never driven a 1300 before or locked diff front wheel drive is absolutely hilarious, especially in tricky conditions. He did give us a laugh. Enjoy that, boy.
Yeah, that was wicked. That was wicked.
Fair play, man. And then to finish the day off for Connor, he even got to go out against the 3-time world champion in Jack's car as well.
He's ruined them buffs now, isn't he?
Them tyres are finished. Sweet. Oh, that's practice done and dusted.
That was a laugh, wasn't it?
It was right in the end. I had gremlins. The going around the corner was basically like being on half throttle. It kept hesitating, so messing about with the carb, and then that helped it a bit, and then it carried on, and then it went away, and then in the end it went away. But we were fighting the rain as well. Not fighting the rain, we was fighting the rain.
Who's Lorraine?
But yeah, we both got there in the end. We was both flying in the end. So, and the track dried out, so it's most probably going to be dry Sunday. And the track dried out in the end, and we both quick. So.
Mine's all 4 wheels on my car anyway.
Oh, Jack lost the wheel as well halfway through one of the sessions. So. Overall, good in the end. We're going to keep the engine in the Radam. It seems like it's got better and better throughout the throughout the practice session. So kept up with Piercy in the end, kept up with Jack, which is all good.
I'm normally rapid, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair.
You're going good if you're keeping up with me, boy.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Roll on the British! Woo!
That's the end of Friday.
Gunner, I believe you owe Jack £43, mate. This is How was he going round the corner, Jack? How was he going round the corner? Oh dear sir, I remember that perfectly, mate. I thought, this engine could go in the Corsa for now.
Can do. We've got Northampton coming up.
Be banging around there, wouldn't it?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Might only be in there for one meeting though. There is another shale meeting here for the King's Lynn one. It's a World of Shale. I don't know if we want to add that in somewhere. So we're going to unload this now.
Yeah.
I'll
We put the wheel on it, on the trailer.
make a start on the tyres. Sort the tyres out.
Yeah.
Are you going to make a start on the roof?
I mean, I could do the sides while it's on there. If you want the sides done, I'd do the sides later just to get the roof done.
Get the roof done.
Okay. Let's get it in here. Let's get this stuff back in the van and that.
Mhm.
Over
Where's
the
that spare carb?
carb? It's here.
Alright, yeah.
This box needs to go over the road.
Yeah.
we put that-
Take that carb off.
Oh, yeah, it's still on the manifold.
Yeah. We'll label it. Put the white Adam one.
Do you think it was that? The carb playing up?
Yeah, it was definitely
You know
fuel.
what I need?
It's fuel. Say that carb's sat there for ages with all old fuel in it and that.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So it crystallises and stuff in there.
Yeah. Let's just say by the time we filled it up and went round a few more times, it was
Sort of cleared out.
clearing it. So that's the problem if it's sat there for ages. It's got dodgy fuel in it. It's gone really cold and really hot as well.
Even the fuel in the pipe,
Yeah.
the fuel in the tank.
Maybe
Been sat there,
maybe
hasn't
we
it?
should have emptied all that out. Just put it in the Jenny. Although the Jenny's full now. But
You would clean that through now, wouldn't you?
yeah, now.
Yeah, Jenny is full. I filled it up to the brim before.
Yeah, I filled it up again with whatever we had left.
Yesterday.
No, in the white one out of the Radam. The fuel
yeah.
tank out of there I put in there.
Yeah, that's all right. It's good to have that.
Full.
Yeah.
Right, so we get this off then. I'll make a start on tyres, you make a start on the roof, and then we'll...
You know what you're doing with tyres? Yeah. You know.
Yeah, and then
I'll show you.
show me...
There.
Yeah, and then it'll be brake servo.
Yeah.
That's the main three
I'll
jobs.
paint the roof,
That's the main
the
three jobs.
silver.
Yeah.
Jump on the brake servo.
While
let
that's
the
drying.
silver go off.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Just
Alright, Saturday, day before race day. 1 o'clock. I had some bits to sort out this morning, all coming soon. We've just come up with a plan now. Practice went alright yesterday. We're not going to change the engine, so that's going to save us a lot of time. Which means as well we haven't got to get the head back on this other engine yet. So we've got a good few hours today to get this Radam where it needs to be. Dad's going to make a start painting that roof. I'm going to make a start on tyres because we've got a few tyres to do for Jack as well. Another reason why we went yesterday was to try and get on top of these tyres. It's all go, go, go. So this is Dad showing me how to use the tyre buffer machine, all the things he's learnt while I was away on holiday, and he had a load of tyres to do. So telling me everything that he'd done wrong, all the things that he found that made it easier and better, so I don't make the same mistakes. And then off I went. So while I was having a play about with the tyres, the old man got the paintbrushes back out and the spray cans and got to work with that roof. Right, now the car's all loaded, I can make more mess in the garage by cleaning up all the tyres I just cut. For anyone who's never done this before, it's quite a long job, to be fair. I mean, I'll get quicker over time, but yeah, it's not a 2-minute job to make sure you get the best out of these tyres.
Car's loaded, engines just turn up, perfect timing. That's Saturday done and dusted. Sunday morning, 10 to 8. I am going to pick Jack up. Well, I've got to go to Jack's yard, load his car up with him, and then take him to the shop. Dad's going to meet us there with my car. Chelsea's coming a bit later in her car. And we're all going to meet at the track. Today's windy, no rain, which is nice, and about 20 degrees, so told you I'm a weather man. Good night's sleep last night, so we're ready for the day ahead. Right, that's Jack all loaded. You ready, boy?
Let's do this.
You ready, Shad?
Let's do this.
And that is the end of the video. If you do enjoy these, don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe.
See you in the next one!
Yeah, bruv.